In this series of the Huntsman, Team RTV joined Keith Watson of K&A Services as he builds his own range of hunting products and then takes them into the woods. Keith Watson of K&A Services is an avid deer stalker with years of experience, which has led him to design and build bespoke products designed specifically for the hunting community. These include Highseats, deer feed bins, scent shoes, and carcass preparation units. In this episode, he takes us through the process of building one of his Highseats, from cutting metal, welding, and fitting them together. Practical in design and use, Keith's Highseats can be broken down for easy transportation and can be assembled and erected by one person in approximately 10 minutes. Once the products have been built, we'll be loading them into our trusty Isuzu Huntsman and testing them out in the field.
My name's Keith Watson, my company's K&A Services. I've got 2 decades of experience stalking and rifle shooting. Basically, you normally see me creeping about in some woodland in the country. Well, now you're going to see me in the factory making some of the products that I sell aimed at the shooting industry, predominantly the stalking market. Today I'm going to take you through the process, what I do to fabricate one of my Highseats and explain to you some of the reasons why mine are not really unique in design, but they do tick a lot of boxes. First of all, obviously the metal's delivered to me, it's in 6 metre lengths, it's 25 square box section. All that has to be cut to various lengths using the sword that's behind me and the guide that's on the bench. They're fully seam welded and they're all jigged, so if you buy a seat today and you buy a seat in 5 years' time, the components will still interchange. We've got quite a lot of metal in stock, a lot to go at. I've got a few components left to cut just to join up with the ones that are already on the bench. I've got to cut them, drill them, and then we'll start the welding. Right, we've cut the last few pieces of metal. I've just got to drill 1 or 2 holes just on these few components, and then we can go straight to the welding. I've cut the last components now, as you can see on the bench. So these little pieces, these form part of the seat makeup, i.e. where the ladders fit together and where the rifle rest fits together. So I'm just going to weld these on now. I've welded all the nuts onto the components. The only thing I've got to do now is just take the sharp edge off the outside and the burr that's created through drilling off the inside. The reason for taking the burr out the inside is quite obvious really. That tube's going to struggle to pass through because of the burr, and when you take it out it travels freely. Right, I'm just about to start welding now. This contraption you can see in front of me is the jig that I make the seats from. So they're all uniform, they're all the same size, they're all exactly the same one way or another. As I make these components and I put them on the bench, I'll explain what every one is. Right, those are welded, a little bit of grinding now, and then I'll explain what these components are. The first component you see me make was one of those, which becomes the side of the rifle rest. Obviously they were supplied in pairs. The next one was that, which is the front of the rifle rest. Them are the supports that fit into those, so the uprights of the rifle rest. And that one will be becoming apparent later, which is the ladder brace that goes back to the tree. There's a pair of those are the braces that go from the ladder back to the seat. I've made one or two pieces, I'm just going to make the top and bottom ladder. That's one bottom ladder done. I'll now get on into the top ladder. What I'm going to do now is make the next two components of the seat, which is the actual seat area and the back area. So it's all in the jig, we'll just get on. That's the base finished, and you can see there, and there. There's some of the components that I cut and drilled earlier. Those two accept the ladder. The one on either end here, they accept the uprights for the rifle rest. So, in all intents and purposes, that's one two-man seat complete. That's all the welding finished. Those particular seats, because they've all been vented, they're going off to the galvanisers. In the meantime, I have got some that I've had back from the powder coaters, so I'm going to just fit the timber to those, just so you can see the final steps that the process, that has to happen to the seats when they come back to me from the finishers. Right, that's the back finished. Timber's on it. All the bolts are in position. I'll put them there so you don't have to, and it just makes putting it together much easier. I'll just go and get the base. Right, well realistically that's about me finished. I've just got to fit the remaining timber to the rest of the seats, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to finish that off. We're going to load as many as we can into the Isuzu Huntsman, and the next time you'll see them, they'll be being put out into position.
Next time, we'll be loading the Highseat into the Isuzu Huntsman to put the products to the test. To find out more about the Isuzu Huntsman, visit isuzuoutdoorlife.co.uk. To find out more about Keith's amazing range of hunting products, visit keithshighseats.co.uk and subscribe to Team Wild TV to catch the latest episodes of the Huntsman series.